So, morning YouTube. This is one more immersion in Talking Talk. Talking Talk is a platform where we can learn different kinds of idioms. Today we are gonna, this is a English immersion, so we are gonna have a conversation in English, and the topic it's about our family that passed away and the influence that they have until now in our lives, the way that we act, behaviors, traditions, and something like that. My name is Yanka. I am 29 years old. I am a PhD student in the demography area. Now I'm doing my PhD in Philadelphia, and I'm trying to study the fertility intentions. So if a woman wants or don't want to have children, and why mainly, what make this person choose one of these paths now. And let's see what I can find. I can bring to you some ideas later. And it's that. And you, Aparecida, could you present yourself for us, please?
Hello, good morning. My name is Aparecida Semirami. I live in the verde southwest of Goiás. I am married and I have an daughter. I work in IT area with financial management and IT infrastructure projects. And I'm studying FinOps, and in this moment I'm studying to obtain a nail certification focus. And the to understand more about financial management of cloud and how to start the data with the methodology, with this framework. And it's an interesting talk for me in my area, and I need to study, and I'm doing this.
Oh my God, it sounds so difficult. These girls doesn't stop. These girls just go ahead. Congrats, Aparecida. Keep going, please. And you, Marcia, could you present yourself for us?
Okay, my name is Márcio. I am 41 years old, and I live in São Paulo, Brazil. I am ACP consultant, a musician, and yeah, in my free time, I really like to sleep well, and I love ride by bike with my little daughter or walk, and I love make breakfast, make food, lunch. For me, is a therapy, my mind, in my house. And yeah, I like coffee without sugar. I really like to talk with my friends or family about the sugar. Really dangerous, you know. I don't know say English inflama nosso corpo, I guess, in my mind. Unfortunately, yeah, really dangerous about it. That's it about me, guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Marcio. Thank you very much. I was searching here, like sugar inflames our body, but I don't know if it's inflames, it's the right word, or the Google, it's just, I don't know, but I can search later. And you, Lurian, could you present yourself for us, please?
Yes, so good morning, everyone. I'm Luria. I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm 35 years old. I think we have a little group now. Aparecida, Mas, you, me, like every week. So this is nice. All the time I try to say something new, but it's hard because my life is not changing a lot in the last days. Uh, I like to cook. I like to go out with my friends. Last week I had two birthdays in the same day. It was a bit crazy, but I succeed to enjoy both of them. And that's it about me. Thank you.
Oh my God, your life is so agitated. I couldn't
Yes.
live.
You cannot imagine my next weekend will be so like I'm preparing my mind more than my body. My body just will go, but my mind. That's it.
Okay, to be social, to go, Lurian. The world needs you, please.
I
And okay, starting with you, Lurian, the question number one. Could you read an anthem for us, please?
yes. Number one, when you make a big decision, do you ever hear a late relative's voice in your head giving advice? I heard, guys, my grandmother all the time, but I will tell you a bit of this history about my grandmother and I. My grandmother, she passed away. She's not here. She was a amazing person. She in the same way that she loved to enjoy life, to dance, all the time. I remember she was uh, being ready to dance, to use lipstick. She did her nail every week. I remember everything, but she had also like some kind of traumas about her past, about how dependent she was with her husband, her father, a lot of trauma that she passed this to my mom, and her and my mom passed this to me. So what is the problem? My grandmother was always afraid about my mom or someone else couldn't pay for your bills, for them bills, like pay for your house when you don't work, because in that time, women didn't work. So she was afraid, maybe in her case, my grandfather, her husband, and my uh, great father, her father, they died really early, and she was alone, but she couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything. So she was afraid about this every time. And since my mom was in the same way, my mom was not working, my mom was uh, totally in this dependence for my father. My grandmother put a lot in my head. Like, it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's a burden. She said all the time, work, don't depend of a man. Work, study, don't depend of a man. Buy a house for your mom. Buy a house for your mom. Take care of your parents. So, and this, it's a really good thing when you think about, I want to help my parents, but this voice of her guide me in every decision I made. So, for example, I bought a house for my parents, because of this, because of looks like it was my plan for my life. And now, all the time when I want to do a decision for myself, for my life with my partner, I think about the decision with my for my parents too. This is really hard because my brother, they doesn't care. He doesn't care. My sister, she doesn't care too. But this is my burden because I have this about my grandmother. I know, and her deep feelings, she was doing something really good, thinking about I need to teach Luria how to be independent and help her mother because I will not be here. But in the same time, sometimes I push myself too much, for this independence to be a provider. My grandmother, she guided me for all my steps. So it's like that for me.
Yeah, it was a huge influence. I'm glad that you have actually your grandma. I like this. I know that it's heavy to be a provider, to work so hard, it's a lot of responsibility, but I am from her team, I guess. To me, it's very important. Congrats, Lydia. I'm glad that you had this influence in your life, apesar dos pesares, for sure. And you, Aparecida, could you please?
Well, in my case, I don't have contact with my, I have a big contact with my grandma, my mother of my father. I don't know because she passed away earlier. My father don't know her too. He was so young when she passed away, but I know my mother's mom, my grandma, and during a short time, little time, only in the vacations in some months when I was a teenager, then I don't have this kind of life with my grandmothers or grandfathers. But I believe in my case, I can see this in my parents, like an echo who came from them for me. So my parents, the like Lulia said, the fathers passed to their children, and then these children pass to their children's children. Then we have this kind of behavior, some kind of things, because our parents, of course. And in my case, I have more, not like a voice in my head, but something like some kind of behaviors, I believe. I look this in my mother sometimes, and I believe because it helps to me, I believe she learned this with her mothers, and then I learned with her, and I continue doing the same thing. It's same, some kind of behaviors. Of course, some kind is good, and other kind is not so good, and it's important we know this and could, because it's not good, we not need continue doing this. I believe our grandma or grandpa don't have choice in their moment in the past, because of they act like this, and now we can see and act differently. In my point of view, I believe it's this voice she can be good or not, and it depend on us look for this and do the correct things when they are correct, and if not so good for us, try to change and give the real value to the things in our life nowadays. I believe, in my point of view, is this.
This is so, I don't know, a word that you said that remain in my mind, it's equal. This equal, between generations and remain with us, we want or not, like it will be with us because we were raised to under some kind of influence and some kind of behaviors and so on. So sometimes we just do the things and do not realize that we are doing, and this came from this echo, I guess. I don't know. But let's see, Marcio, how it is for you, Marcio. Do you have someone, some voice that keep in your mind?
Yeah, so sometimes I remember, I feel my grandmother and grandmother's voice. For example, I remind I remind me to stay calm and think careful before acting. For example, my grandmother taught me a lot making different food, for example, and helped me a lot. Yeah, I remember because when I was making really fast, my grandmother taught me, no, calm, you know, this is a process and making different food, my and Marcio. For example, I remember because I am really fast in general because this I remember my grandmother said about the calm. Yeah, stay calm for me, to stay calm for me really Yeah, really nowadays really important, but I try. I try me to stay calm sometimes, and I remember, I feel my grandfather voice remind me about the to stay calm.
That's awesome. So, are you an agitated person? Is that você é uma pessoa agitada? Is that?
I think so because to sleep, I am more difficult, to sleep, and for me, but I guess because my mind, I don't like to, I don't know,
Oh
tomar
my God,
remédio.
it's me. Guys, can you
Yeah,
hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
we
fuck.
can hear
yeah,
you.
Yes, I think she will fall.
Okay, I return. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
This internet, I
okay,
don't know what is happening. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
no problem.
But thank you. Thank you very much, Marcio. And well, in my case, I think that I said that things about Louis and grandma because my grandma it was the same, I guess. And I keep with her voice in my head because she always it was the person that if you want to do something, she will be the first person to say, go and do it. Go, I am here for you, I support you. What do you want to do? Let's think about how to make this right and so on. She never said like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. She never deceived me to do something. She always incentivized me to do something and to go and to gain the road and the sky is the limit. She always, in her mind, I would be the Brazilian president. She, oh my God, it was so funny when she said that because I was like, she's crazy, like I wouldn't be like the Brazilian president someday. But this is a good example that the sky, it was the limit for her. So it was very nice for me. She always thought that everything gonna be right, and I had to take the risk to do the things. Take the risk, it wasn't a bad thing for her. It was a consequence, but it's a good thing. And I think that it was more or less the same. As Lurians maybe because my grandma got married with my grandpa very early, and she had 5 sons. And she got not she got in at the same life, taking care of the babies, the children, then later the grandson and so on. So she couldn't go outside and work and have a independent life actually. So she always had to live for her family. It wasn't bad, she loved it, but I know that she would like to have done other kinds of stuffs, to live more, I guess, more independently, and she couldn't. So I think that because of this, she always pushed me and pushed my mom too should go and do, I guess. And my mom did this, and nowadays my mom complain that I am too independent. She complained about that, but I think that it's my grandma fault, and then my mom's fault, and then I am here. I am this equal that changed a little, a little bit, but I can see that something remain in me, mainly this will to go and do the things without so much fear, without think too much about the things too. I don't know if it's good, but yeah, I am just going. But okay. And well, starting with you now, Aparecida, could you read the question number 2 and answer, please?
Which what quickly and from someone who has passed away, have you accidentally adopted? Well, empty. I don't know if I adopted some kind of empty of my parents who passed away, but I believe it's some kind of it's more like a habit or a kind of a behavior who I see, like I said before, in my parents, sometimes something like this. I don't know how I can say this, but because I don't live with my grandpa, I know my, I don't know how I can say bisavô in English. Bisavô. Great, great grandfather is this, I believe. Great grandfather. I lived a time with my great grandfather, and I remember him advices, and I loved to stay with him because they tell us his stories. I loved it. They know how the Brazil. They was tropeiro here in Brazil in the past. Yes, and they know all the part of Brazil, and a lot of histories, and like your grandma, my great grandfather tell for me, do and you can do what you want. uh, some kind of there have a kind of behavior to the women differently because they have open mind differently the other persons in the same age of him. In this point, in some points related to the women have a open mind. Uh, Teach the children, girls to do something, profession, not only stay at home, but know something. And my mother do this and tell me and teach me with their behaviors to do this too. Act like you said, you know, you want, you go and you can do what. If you want, you can. Is the point. Independent what is, of course, depend on you. If you study, if you dedicated to this, of course, not nada vem de graça. It's something like this. You need put your strong, your mind, your body in this. And I believe in one thing I remember strongly in my life is this, not like a habit, but to related the advice and their voice told me this in the past when I was so young, because when he passed away, I was a teenager, but I remember, I believe in that moment, I don't understand what they are trying to tell me, but after I grow up a bit more, I understand what he was trying to tell me. And it's so important for me because it was one oldest parent who I can stay together a bit time, but stay together. And I remember with I miss him. Yes, it is.
Oh, that's so awesome. And it's funny in my life, it was a huge turning point when I realized the things that my family teach me during the time. Because when we are a child, we don't realize, we just complain about the things that they are trying to teach us and so on. But when you get old and you look about our parents, our grand and stuff, and see what that really means, I don't know, to me, it was a huge turning point in my life. I was like, oh my God, that's blows minding, I guess. But okay, and you, Marcio, do you have some habits that came from your family?
Yeah, I try. When I was a teenager, I was really, agi I don't know. No, was a a teenager, I don't know, I forget the words in English, agitado. And because this, my grandmother, my grandmother taught me about and for example, while working, I was agitado when I was teenager, but he taught me about uh, wake up early, you know, yeah, because I guess I was agitado. I forgot this word, agitated. And so because this, I hear this sometimes the grandmother voice about this word, you know. And today I try to stay calm, yeah. But yeah, I started humor while work, for example, due to like my grandmother used it to do.
Okay, perfect. I did some quickly research here, and agitado can be the last one. Agitado can be restless or agitated, as you said. Excited, it's more animado, excited for something, but can be agitated, as you said. And okay, and you, Ludian, please, do you have something, some habit that's very specific from?
Yes, like I was saying about my grandmother, she was a really vain person. I didn't know this word is vaidosa, vain, vaidosa. And my grandmother is the only one that I remember that she loved to do hair nails, to have the hair like made, you know. She used like a lot of collan for her legs. She likes heels for the foot. And my mom, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like, and my auntie too, you know. And I remember she was totally a vain person. And nowadays I like to do this for myself. Like my pleasure time is when I can do my nails, when I can just have a moment for me, when I can have a special premium shower, you know. I like this, and I remember about her. Other thing about my family too, that my grandmother start this, but everyone likes to do cakes, like broa. I cannot say cakes because it's not bolo, it's broa. You know? And recently I developed this, you know, I start to cook, and I'm doing a lot of cakes. Like every week I do, I'm doing a cake, and this is a tradition of my family too. Like my mom, she loves to do this. My grandmother, she used to love too. Even my aunt, you know, is a tradition of family, like receive you with coffee and a a piece of cake, broa, by the way. And that's it that I can say that is related to my relatives and me now.
Oh, that's awesome. Broa, corn broa, is that
Yes,
corn? Yes,
corn broa.
we usually put guava sweet, you know, doce de goiabada in the middle.
Yes, yes, doce de goiabada, guava sweet, and I like because they use normally a special flowers, or corn flour, or maybe fubá.
Mhm.
And it's different than farinha, but makes more heavy the cake, so it's broa. Really.
Mhm. That's perfect. To me, that's perfect. In my birthday, I always wanted that my grandma did do bolo de fubá. It's not the same for sure, but bolo de fubá com doce de goiabada, to me, it's my favorite. I was born in July, so it's a July food, and I really love. It's so tasty, but it's okay. And okay, in my case, you mentioned about your vain grandma. I remembered that until today, guys, I do this. I don't have blush to pass. Usually I pass a lipstick and I just pass my fingers and then it became blush. But my grandma did that. She always put lipstick in here and then and I do this until today. I don't have blush, I just pass lipstick. It's
But
this my blush.
yeah, God, let me say something. Nowadays, the market for makeup, they are really advanced. We have a lot of products that you can use in your lips, in your cheek, and your eyes. It's a kind of 3-in-1 product. And I love this because I just need to buy one and it's like multifunctional. It's perfect. We don't need to buy a eyeshadow, a blush, and a lipstick. You just buy one and use it on your face. Perfect.
They copy my grandma. They
Yes.
copy
Oh
not
no.
only my grandma, but I don't know, maybe all the grandmas, because
Yeah.
it's a very good idea. It's impressive. It's a very good idea. And well, I do this until today, and I learned how to cook with my grandma too. And she cooks very well. But the thing is that if you ask me or her, what is the measures? How many cups do you put to do this or that? And we don't know. We just do this by eyes. So we make rice, for example, by eye. I put the rice. And then I put the amount of water that I imagine that it's good and always works. So, and we do this by eyes and everything, I guess. You could. The bad point is that we lost a lot of recipes because of this, because just she could do that in that way, and we don't know how to do that anymore because it was by eyes, it wasn't a recipe. And yeah, but I do this until today. It's this. It's nice because my food vary by my humor. If I am in love with someone, I put more sugar, more salt, more season. If I am more cold in the soul, I just make without flavor food. I don't know. It's vary, and I think that by my grandma varies too. So it is funny, but okay. And okay, moving on now with you, Marcio, please. Let's see. The number 3, please. Could you read an answer for us?
Yes. If you're the parent relative could watch a typical day of your life, which moment would you make them smile the most? Okay, really good these questions from me. I consider myself family person, and because these questions, I think, they would smile when they see me spend time with my kids. And in my house, have a good band, because my family was always important to them. Family really important, and because I agree with my grandparents. Yeah, family really important. I guess no, I think family was always important to them. I agree, and taught me too about the music instrument. Yeah, and now I teach my family music instrument, for example. And my old son play drums, and my middle daughter play keyboard, and my little daughter play violins, music instrument, and guitar in my house. Yeah, we have a good band because they my grandparents too. Yeah, I guess. Uh, they would smile when they see my spend time with my family or kids, in my house. For me, family really important. I agree with them.
That's awesome, Marcio. Marcio, which instrument, please, your kids play? do your kids play? You mentioned that your one play dreams.
Em português,
Yes.
bateria.
Bateria. How can I say that in English? Como eu posso
I
dizer isso em
guess
inglês?
Drums.
drums. Yeah, drums.
Drum. Oh my God, that's up. I didn't know that. Okay. And
Really
another.
different about, yeah,
Mm,
really different about me. I like string instrument. My old like drums, love drums. Oh my God, really noisy, but it's okay.
really nice. I imagine your neighborhood. They must love you in your house. But because training music make a lot of noise, but it's part of the process to learn how to play. We take a time. Para tocar música, geralmente a gente faz muito barulho, mas porque toma um tempo até a gente conseguir tirar uma melodia boa, não é?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Leva muito
it's
tempo.
a long time. Okay, Marcy, thank you very much. I'm sure that they would be very happy seeing this happen. And you, Luria, which moment?
I think I would like maybe since I'm talking here about independence, like I would like maybe to see a moment that I'm really happy with myself. I can have this power to take care of the family, to take care of myself also, and for to take care of my parents too. When I'm traveling, I really think when I'm traveling, I have this independence. But I'm a Catholic person, so I believe that they are watching my life every day. So I hope they are proud, but I know sometimes I'm wrong, so it's a journey, right? But I think it's a moment that I am myself with my family, that we are having like a barbecue or maybe just speaking together. I don't know, like I said this once in my family, besides we have a lot of parties, we don't sit to talk, sit like in the table. Like normally everyone is standing, doing something, dancing, the other one is helping, the other one is doing the barbecue. It's a kind of messy. It's not like something organized. So I think my departed relatives, they could be happy if they see us like talking, living like our life for us. That's it.
Okay, that's awesome. And you, Aparecida, which moment do you think that would be nice to them watch you doing?
Well, I believe when I'm doing take care of my home, have my own profession. I am independent. Tell them all my life. I believe it's a good point. Uh, for my older parents, my elders, and I believe they are proud about me because I am a mother, but I can work. I work and I have my own money. I have my own home. I can help my parents with my work when they are sick. Like now, my father is sick, and I can help him. And I believe it's this. I can tell I'm giving my best, and but I believe in sometimes during the day, sometimes too they can smile because I am so electric. I can use this word for myself. And sometimes I'm stay crazy with the things I'm working. I am trying doing the lunch. I am trying help some cat here or something. Everything's in the same time. And I believe it's an interesting thing if someone can look for me in this moment. I believe it's a funny moment of course, to the other person, not for me. I believe it's this, but I am trying. It's more be more calm during my day, not to try to do everything at the same time. It's exhaustive sometimes. Not a not the health good thing for my health. Do this. Of course, in some moments, having a lot of things at the same time, we can manage this, but all days, every single day with this kind of behavior, not a good thing. And I need the attention in my life to do the things more with more calm in their time. Of course, we have a lot of problems in our lives, but we can solve one problem by time, not a problem. We can solve everything at the same time. It is for me. But I believe they are proud about me. In fact, I'm proud about myself. Sometimes we can't. It's interesting. It's this kind of conversation because we can look. We what we can do, what we achieve with our goals, and looking for this. I believe they are proud, and we can be proud about ourselves too, because we can and we are doing our best. Is this?
Yeah, we have been doing our best, and yes, okay. And sometimes we are agitated, and it's not our fault that we have to take care of a lot of things at the same time. The problems don't organize themselves to came one by one, like make a queue, came one by one, please. Sometimes all of them came just one thing from one time, and it's crazy, but we are managing. It happened. And okay, in my case, I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
We.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe the moment that they would like to see and they would smile, it's when I am talking with my mom, I guess. Because my mom suffered a lot when my grandparents passed away. She was with them until the end, I guess. She was the daughter that was with them in the hospital every time. So she suffered a lot. And nowadays, she can live without so many sadness, I guess. So she is in love now, not anymore, but she was in love. She's making friends, she's working, she's pursuing her career objectives. For example, she stopped for one time during some month, years actually, but now she can live her life in a more light way, I guess. So I think that they would smile, would be happy seeing that she is happy now. She is living her life in a good way now. In this moment that we gossip about our lives, my cousins too, we are very close, me, Julia, and Kebeli. So these moments that we are gossiping about the life, sharing moments, supporting each other mainly, I think it's very important because the woman in my family always was very solitary. It's funny because my family is very huge. It's a huge family, but at the same time, each one is very solitary. Like I live in a very independent way, in a very solitary way. My mom too, Julia too, but we have each other. But at the same time, we are very lonely in a specific way. I don't know how to explain that, but we support each other. So I think this is nice, and they would be happy to see that we are singular, but we have a union, I guess, in the end. So it will be nice. And okay, going to our last question, I would like to go to the question number 10. Lurian, could you start, please? It's a short message for our das pessoas que a gente our parents, this person,
Okay.
a short message.
Okay, the question number 10. If you could send a short thank you note to a late relative for shaping who you are, what would it say? I think first is thank you, like about I was listening I was watching a TV show that what you can say, sometimes you're not religions, what you can say for who is uh, about to die, or maybe, and you can say 4 words: I love you, thank you, I forgive you, and I please forgive me, for everything that I did. So I think, to summarize this, I really appreciate what my grandmother did to me. Like I'm saying, we have it's a burden too, but I am really proud of who I am. It's just because sometimes we just see the negative point about everything. So I really like who my grandmother was, who the way she cared about everyone. So, and the same time, I have this too, I care about everyone. Because of that, sometimes I don't take care of myself. So, thanks. I think it's a good word, but I don't regret being like that. So that's it.
That's awesome. Thank you, and I don't regret. It's nice. See you. And you, Aparecida, what would be a message?
I believe if I can talk to all of them who came before me, I say thank you. And now I am complete nowadays. I'm complete because of you staying in love. And I love you so much. And thank you for everything. I believe it's this I can say.
That's awesome, Aparecida. And you, Marcio, what would you say for your relatives?
It would say good job because thank you for teach me and really yes and love and good job my grandparents and thank you.
Perfect. Everyone thanking. Well, I would like to say thank you too. I would like to say that I'm not perfect, but I am my best version, so this have to be enough. Okay, my grandma, it was so exigente, exigent with everything. And sometimes, grandma, we don't have to be so like that. We do our minimum, and our minimum sometimes is our maximum. So is this for today. And I love you too, and I hope that you are happy seeing everything that is happening in our life. I think that we are okay, and I hope that you are okay too. And thank you again for everything. It has been awesome. And see you soon. Maybe sometimes, let's see. And it's that, guys. Well, thank you very much for today. It was a nice conversation. I hope that brings to you good stuff, I guess, during the rest of the week. And I think sometimes it's nice to realize who we are, I guess, who came first and who we are nowadays, and see that it's everything okay, I guess. We are doing a great job. We have our path, our roots, but we are doing a great job nowadays too. So thank you very much for today. See you tomorrow or next week. And let's work, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye bye. See